that'll call the action. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, the holiday rush, that's in full swing in nearby Manhattan, but we've got football here 8 miles west at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis, and we got an AFC matchup, CD, and that begs the question, can anyone threaten New England in this division? Because they've had a stranglehold on this division for the past 2 decades.
I like the way you describe that. Whatever hold it is, stranglehold, figure 4, you name it, they've got it. But I do know this, young quarterbacks in this division, they're going to have to jump their play up. Will Sam Darnold take the next step after a promising rookie season? We'll start to find out right here, right now.
Here's Chandler Catanzaro ready to get this one started. And in front of a raucous crowd, this one is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here to lead out the offense in his first year as a Dolphin, but 15th overall, it's the bearded veteran Ryan Fitzpatrick. And the new coaching staff coming in, they finally decided to pull the plug on the Ryan Tannehill era after 7 seasons and no playoff wins. So enter Ryan Fitzpatrick, signed in free agency, fittingly on St. Patrick's Day, by the way. But last year with Tampa Bay, you remember Fitzpatrick got off to that incredible start. Over 400 yards passing in each of the first 3 games of the year, 11 total touchdown passes, and now it's his time to do it with Miami. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw is Fitzpatrick, and this will be incomplete. Nick O'Leary, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down. And a look now at how the Jets line up defensively.
One of the best young safeties in the NFL, Jamal Adams. Keep an eye out for him because no one is safe when he's on the field, including mascots. Just ask Pat the Patriot. Jamal Adams was also the 2019 Pro Bowl Defensive MVP.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Running for the shotgun with Dre. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Now on 1st down, Drake again. Pro Bowler C.J. Mosley, the Ravens' leading tackler last year, up to make the stop. On 2nd and 9, Fitzpatrick. He dumps it off to Drake. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, Fitzpatrick. It's complete. Stills. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. Now Fitzpatrick hit, it's out. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Fitzpatrick. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. 2nd quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso. Bell. And an alley to run. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. The Jets were 26th and thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Check line 54, line 54. Rapid.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Fitzpatrick finding his tight end, Gesicki. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Fitzpatrick from the gun on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Jamison Crowder, 54 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
To throw again on second down. Fitzpatrick. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 29. He was looking that time for Stills. CD with that incompletion. Let's look at some of the big games week 13. So these are ones that our crew probably think of the biggest four. Let's rank them 1 to 4 as far as how big they are and what they mean. Baltimore at Buffalo, San Fran at New Orleans, KC at New England, Seattle at the Rams. How would you rank those? What do you think?
Well, this is going to sound self-serving since I'm working San Francisco and New Orleans, but to me that's the #1 game because the #1 seed in the NFC will be determined that week for that moment. Okay, the winner of that becomes the #1 seed. I think the #2 game, Seattle at the Rams. Because Seattle's trying to maintain pace with San Francisco or become the #1 team in the NFC West. And the Rams have to have it if they have any designs on making the playoffs. The #3 game, Baltimore at Buffalo. Buffalo's announced its presence. That big win on Thanksgiving Day over Dallas. But Baltimore's the hottest team, the best team in the league over the last 8 weeks. And then you finish up Kansas City, New England. How is that the #4 game?
I know.
Hard to believe. but it is in this instance.
An eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
And let's pin the mirror.
Throwing again is Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, as the first half is winding down. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right?
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just... There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
Nice pick, nice pick.
First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Fitzpatrick. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Darnold, eluding the pressure right. On the catch, it's Crowder. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on it.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. They just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves... moving again. How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Here we go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Now Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 30-yard line. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. We have played 3 quarters, and that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. Right. He's done right. He's done right.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. That one's complete to Tomlinson. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. He's got it. The tight end, Allen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup. This quarterback now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. They'll run to Drake. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Fitzpatrick. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about.
Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Fitzpatrick. And it's caught by Parker. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
The New York set to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Bell. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Darnold now to throw. And he's got a moonwalk. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll run on first down. Bell. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down.
They're running, man. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.